Shalom Tov. My name is Rabbi Deborah McKenzie, and we will begin our Ma'ariv service in about 5 minutes. Hello, Albert. How are you? Hope you had a great weekend. We will begin our Ma'ariv service in about 2 minutes. And Albert, it looks like it's just you and me for a moment. I'm not, unless there's something going on with chat that I'm not aware of. So I hope all is well with you. We're going to have a pre/actual Tisha B'Av service or a Mariv service with Lo Tisha B'Av in it. Shalom ve'erev tov, everyone. My name is Rabbi Deborah McKenzie, and I am located in Clarksburg, Maryland, which is a suburb of Washington, D.C. I'm also a JSLI Rabbinical School alumna, and it is an honor and pleasure for me to be with you this evening. We will be, for our Ma'ariv service, using the weeknight tab for the basis of our Ma'ariv, and then there will be some additions in honor of Tisha B'Av that I will share with you. So with that, I'm doing well, Albert. Thank you. Still got a little of the scratchiness in the throat, but it is certainly getting better. So with that, let us start with the Hine Matov. And this evening service will be a little more subdued, but just a little. Let's go to page 2 for the Hine Matov. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. How good and pleasant it is for us, brothers and sisters, to come humbly and dwell together. Welcome, Anonymous. We are going to go to page 3 for the Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvorach. Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Va'ed. We'll go to Ahavat Olam, page 4, for the Ahavat Olam in English. Everlasting love, you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel and everyone from around the world. Let us go to page 5 for the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Hear, O Israel, the Eternal One is our God. The Eternal God is one. Let us go to page 7 for the V'ahavta in English. And you shall love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. Take to heart these instructions with which I charge you this day. Impress them upon your children. Recite them when you stay at home and when you are away. when you lie down and when you get up. Bind them as a sign on your hand, and let them serve as a symbol on your forehead. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. I am Adonai your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai your God. Adonai Elohechem Emet. We'll go to page 8 for the Michamocha. Michamocha Ba'elim Adonai. Mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh nora tehilot osef eleh. Who is like you, O God, among the gods that are worshipped? Who is like you, majestic in holiness, awesome in splendor, working wonders? We'll now go to page 9 for the Chatzi Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbi Be'alma divrei cherutei v'yamlich malchutei B'chayechon Yomechon Uvchayedecho be'Yisrael Bagala Uvizman Kariv V'Imeru Amen. Yehi Shemei Rabba Mevorach Le'olam olam me'alma yitbarach. Yibarach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yiromam v'yitnasei v'yitadar v'yitalei v'yitalal Shemei dekudesha berichu le'ela min kol birchata V'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiram be'alma v'imeru Amen. We'll now have a moment of silent devotion or silent meditation. We'll now go to page 12 for the Amida, and if you are able to rise at this time, please do so. Or as may be your tradition within for Tisha B'Av, if you wish to be low, then that's allowed too. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomel HaChasadim Tovim V'Koneh HaKol V'Zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imaot U'Mevii Gola Livnei V'Nehem למען שמו ביעבד. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם, יעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיה כל אתה, רב להושיע, מוריד הטל. מחכה חיים בחסד, מחיה הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה. ונאמר אתה לחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיה הכל. So, this is one of the where I'm going to insert a little bit about Tisha B'Av. We are coming in, today is actually the 8th Shemona B'Av, but today is the beginning or the eve at sundown of the 9th of Av, which commemorates the destruction of the temples in Jerusalem, one about 400, early 400s or so, BC and the BCE, and then the other about 70. And imagine, this is a noted time for mourning and is considered the saddest day in Jewish history. So just imagine what this must have been like, what this was like, what it should feel like after all the things that we know today the Jews have experienced. That this is the saddest day. On this day, those who observe will fast and refrain from adornments and pleasures and pray humbly and somberly. Additionally, the book of Lamentations, or Echa, is read, and this book recounts Jeremiah's prophecy regarding the destruction of the first temple by the Babylonians. And in fact, the incurring diaspora that happened as a result of each of the temples being destroyed was also foretold, or actually forewarned, by Moses and in some of the parsha that we'll be reading in Sefer Devarim. Coincidentally, for each chapter in the book of Lamentations, in Hebrew, the first letter of each verse in each chapter is comprises of the Aleph Bet in Hebrew. So I will chant the first verse for you. Echad yashva vadar hayi rabati am hayta ka'amana rabati vagoyim sarati vadinot hayta lamas. How is it that the city sits desolate, that was once full of people? How is she become as a widow? She that was great among the nations and princes among the provinces. How has she become a tributary? And then usually following the reading of Echa, and there are 5 chapters, there are what's called kinot, or elegies, or small verses. But for a moment, I want us to engage a little bit as we share this moment and discuss this holiday. We're supposed to be in mourning over the destruction of the first and the second temples. And of course, afterward followed the great diasporas, the great Jewish diasporas. And the light, basically, the light of Israel going out. But what does that mean today? And how is this holiday relevant to our lives today? Well, for starters, there likely would not have been the same scattering of the Jews forcibly throughout the world that, of course, we sprinkle the earth today. That means my presence here with you today, theoretically, I might not be here hosting from Clarksburg, Maryland, or maybe I would be. But for the most part, some say that Tisha B'Av is about divine punishment. And short of extinction, the sins of the people about which Moses forewarned the children of Israel in his latter days. When we read Echa, or the Book of Lamentations, we read about a city and a people that is desolate, a city that's desolate and left barren, and a people who have gone astray and forsaken, punished, and forgotten. The proverbial buttons got pushed, and the Jews were removed from the land that they had inherited. While many of us can only imagine what the splendor of the temples were like. Hello, Annie. You are not late. Thank you so much for being here. I've inserted a little bit about Tisha B'Av. So, while many of us can only imagine what the splendor of the temples must have been, and the grandeur it represented being in Jerusalem, our history and current state, I would offer, is more representative of a relationship in which the boundaries were blurred, compromised too much, neglect, self-respect, and disrespect ran rampant. And yet somehow beneath it all, there are still threads of love and compassion that still exist and remain woven strong throughout all of the generations since then. See, human relationships with the divine is complicated. It's very complex. And today, many are seeking the spirituality or the connection with something greater, however you refer to their higher being or your source. It can be argued that Jews, back in the days of the temple, lost this ever-important connection. Even today, Jews still struggle with spirituality, its importance, and how to have a relationship with Adonai. This searching is evident in our traditions, it's evident in our many denominations, it's evident in our acclamations to a world that often sees humanity with only a physical earthly nature with belief in religions, as opposed to people whose nature balances both earthly physical and spiritually divine with the yearning to understand it all. It is in the recognizing that our human nature is not to be perfect, but to try to live righteously, to be a good neighbor, and to love ourselves so that we can love others and express and live to the highest potential, whatever that is. It is this spiritual, divine part of our nature that connects all of us together and all of us to the divine, the oneness of Adonai. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. For me, this includes finding balance and recognizing that our nature is an interconnection of both earthly, physical, and spiritually divine, and neither part can be neglected for long. Reflecting on this time, and in retrospect, there is much to be thankful amidst our mourning. Jews could have gone extinct, like so many other ancient nations we learn about in history class or even in Sunday school. Our language, Hebrew, Ivrit, could have died and become irrelevant like so many ancient languages that are now trivia questions in a game. Our beloved Torah and the works of our sages could have been decimated beyond all memory, and yet they exist today as a testament to that special bond, that special relationship that's still cherished. And yet, for all the things that Jews have encountered and endured on our collective journey since the destruction of the temples, we did not arrive at those dreaded conclusions. Instead, seeds planted within our ancestors blossom in us amidst a mixed multitude today. So perhaps this day is relevant as a call to action for us to remember our nature, for us to remember our source, for us to remember our blessings. Our doom was never intended, because those threads of love and compassion still exist and connects us. And as long as that is in place, so is the hope of a Jewish nation's connection with its God. The last few verses of the book of Lamentations, or Echa, state, "Wherefore do thou forget us forever, and forsake us for so long? Turn thou us unto thee, O Lord, and we shall be turned. Renew our days as of old. Thou canst not have utterly rejected us, and be exceedingly wroth against us. Turn us unto thee, O Lord, and we shall be turned. Renew our days as of old." We know this as Hashivenu Adonai. Lecha v'nashuva, chadesh yamenu, kikedem, kikedem. So with that, let us go to page 14 for the Aleinu. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, latet gedula le'otzeh breshit, shelo asanu kigoye haratzot, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, לגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. With that, let us go to page 15 for the prayer on behalf of the sick. Annie, how are you? How was your weekend? I hope all is well. I think it's just you, Albert, and an anonymous tonight, along with me. Prayer on behalf of the sick. So our hearts and minds turn to those for whom we pray and wish, and those who need healing and restoration. So please use the chat and social stream functions to type in the names of those for whom you want this prayer said. And after the word sustain, I will begin reading the names aloud. And as I read each name aloud, please let us, as few as we are, we carry the spirits of the universe and the life force to bring healing. So let us focus our collective healing energy to those who are in need of healing, peace, and restoration. Prayer on behalf of the sick. We are grateful, Adonai, for the gift of life and for the healing powers that you have implanted within us. Sustain Deborah Thompson and Rabbi Deb. Thank you, Annie. Valerie, Aaron, Maddie, Trey, Mayo, Izumi, Malcolm, Rose, Albert. I will also add Terry, Joseph, and Mary Aronofsky, Colton, Marlene, Amber, Dylan, Richard, Matthew, Ruth, Ruby, Laverne, and Rabbi Ruth Elisheva, Willie Ola, Sarah, Leah, Zechariah, Zephaniah, Zion, Israela, Ariel, Azaria, Rich, Sylvia, Ben Lauer, Lisa McGowan, Marsha Armstrong, Herbert James, Gilaloma Bat Rachel, Avat Bat Miriam, Rav Jenny, Rav Tony, and Steve Davis. Sustain our loved ones through these days of illness with the courage and fortitude they need to endure weakness and pain. Help us, Adonai, to find ways to show our love and concern for them, so that we may be an influence for good in their time of need. And may all who suffer illness of body, mind, or spirit know that you are with them, giving them the strength they need as they struggle to recover. May their afflictions soon be ended, and may they return in health to family and friends. Our God and the God of our fathers, hide not from our petition and our plea. Hear our prayer and bring healing, restoration, and peace for those dear to us, those whom we have named, those who we hold in our hearts and minds, and for all your people everywhere. Or may it be your will to bring this to pass speedily in our days. Baruch atah Adonai, Rofeh HaCholim. Blessed are you, Adonai, who heals the sick. Amen. Amen. At this time, our hearts and minds turn to those who have transitioned to the world beyond, those who we hold in precious and dear memory. If you are mourning or observing a yard site, please join me in saying the Mourner's Kaddish. Yet Gadal, Yet Kadash, Shemei Rabbah, Be'alma di v'rachirute, v'yamlich malchute. Be'chayechon u'vyomechon u'chaye dechol be Israel. Ba'agala v'zman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehi shemei Rabba mevorach be'olam ulamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitale v'yitalal shemei d'kudsha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiram be'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehi shalama Rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'yakol Yisrael v'yal kol yoshvei tevel v'imru. Amen. And for those who we hold in our hearts and minds, may their names be for us a blessing, and may their memories provide comfort, and their lives serve as an inspiration for us to live wisely and unselfishly. And let us say, Amen. Well, Chaverim, we have come to the end of our Ma'ariv service this evening. And as always, it is a pleasure for me to daven with you. Thank you very, very, very much for logging in and sharing. Like I said, we're few in number tonight, but we carry the spirit of the universe with us. So I'm content. Now, as you know, Sim Shalom has Ma'ariv services Monday through Thursdays with JSLI rabbis, and on Fridays with Rabbi Blaine. And if you haven't done so lately, please keep checking the website, Sim Shalom website. You can read about the Meatless Mondays movements, the Give Peace campaign. You can find out more information about the Sim Shalom High Holidays at the bitter end. Also, don't forget to check out Sim Shalom on Facebook. Rabbis are recording videos for JUTV, and you'll find other little tidbits of wisdom and inspiration also there. So please check it out if you haven't done so, and follow us. Also, if you are in observance of Tisha B'Av beginning tonight, please, by all means, have a safe fast. This fast is a little bit longer than the one for Yom Kippur because we have more hours of daylight. So please, just take care and be safe. And before we close, please allow me to bless you with the threefold blessing. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha. Yisa Adonai panav elecha. Yasem lecha shalom. Again, I would like to thank you all. The parsha for coming Shabbat is Ve'et Hanan. On Tu B'Av, we do not typically adorn the Torah and so forth. So you'll see that there's kind of everything takes a subdued tone. But this weekend we will be reading the Ed Hanan, in which there is the Shema. So with that, please have a peaceful and safe Tisha B'Av if you are observing, and thank you so much for being here. It is always a pleasure for me to daven with you. And with that, I wish you Erev Tov, Laila Tov, Ushavua Tov. Please be safe. Please be well. Please be blessed. And most of all, be a blessing. Thank you so, so very much. Take care. And I look forward to seeing you very soon. Thank you, Albert. Thank you, Annie. Thank you so much. I look forward to all of you as well.